Yo, what's good, guys? Welcome back to another video, man. Another week review, bro. Today was a losing week, but I learned a lot of lessons. So it's yeah, just enjoy the video, bro. Hopefully you learned something. Okay, peace out. Yo, what's good, guys? Welcome back to another weekly trading review, man. This week was good and bad, both good and bad. Good in the sense that I learned a lot. I learned a lot of lessons, and bad in the way that I lost constantly. I didn't take a single win this week, same as last week, and have been dealing with some psychological problems, which I'm gonna talk about. So, this is just me documenting everything that I'm going through when I eventually get consistently profitable on with live funds. So, let's just get through it, man. We have a lot to get through. So, weekly trading review, I'm down 10.4% slash 466 kroner. It's not 10% from my live account. This is like 2% of my live account, but in like this sense, this, for example, 4.8% here, that's not 4.8% of my account, but it's like, hopefully you understand. But 466, that's like 40 bucks. It's not a lot of money to me. I can make that back in one win, basically. So it's not that big of a deal. I got my losses really small because this was a de-risk week, and I'm actually gonna de-risk next week as well. But yeah, so weekly trading review. Trading days was 4 since on Monday it was MLK day. Market was closed. Uh, 3 trades taken, win rate 0. Total P&L minus the rule adherence score. This is the most important. 2 out of 4 days. That's not a good thing. Emotional control average was 7.4 out of 10. Daily performance rating average was 7 out of 10. This week was not defined by emotional instability or reckless risk. It was defined by edge dilution through lowered entry standards and hesitation when quality actually appeared. There was no psychological meltdown. There was inconsistency in conviction, altering between forcing and freezing. That distinction is important. So let's just jump into what I did well this week. Number one, losses were controlled technically and uh, losses were controlled and technically disciplined. All 3 losses were properly sized, cut without catastrophic damage, and emotionally contained after execution. There was no revenge trading, no oversized positions, and no breakdown after red trades. From a risk containment perspective, this was a stable week. Drawdown came from frequency of suboptimal entries, not emotional escalation. And number 2 was that awareness and post-trade reflections are improving. My journaling shows increasing ability to identify why a trade wasn't A plus. I'm able to name the psychological trigger, for example, urge to make money, FOMO, and hesitation from loss memory. And number 3 is to extract specific corrective rules. I'm able to extract specific corrective rules. This is professional level review behavior. The issue is not awareness, the issue is slowing down enough in real time to apply that awareness before entry. Number 3, what I did well was I respected a full no trade day. Day 4 was flat. I did not manufacture a setup out of boredom or frustration. That shows restraint is still available to you. It is simply not yet consistent under pressure. Capital preservation days are a core component of expectancy. This remains a strength to build on. I was really good at this like early January because I didn't have taken a real loss yet. So because the if I go back in my journal, uh, early January was no trade day, no trade day, no trade day, no trade day. Took 1 loss, then no trade day, a weekly review. No trade day, no trade day, no trade day. Took a loss, then I tilted here and revenge traded, and then we're at this week, and yeah. So Day 4 was flat. I did not manufacture a setup out of boredom or frustration. That shows restraint is still available to you. It is simply not yet consistent under pressure. Capital preservation days are a core component of expectancy. This remains a strength to build on. So now I'm going to talk about what went wrong this week. Number one issue that went wrong this week was two trades were taken below the A plus standard. Both BOXL and SXTP were entered despite visible structural flaws. On BOXL, the technical issue that was ignored was entry after stagnation, no surge confirmed, and the psychological driver was impatient and desire for action. So when we go on BOXL here, I have the trade right here. If we can just go back, I think it was up here. Yeah, up here. Up here we have clear we have clear resistance right here at 250, and even though it surged, it was still just going like sideways. It was stagnating, so this is not a good place to enter, and goes against my rules. So entry during stagnating, no surge confirmed. And at SXTP was clear resistance at psychological level $8. And the psychological driver was subconscious need to recover from the losses. If we go over here at SXTP, need to go back a bit. I think this was, yeah, here. Uh, this wasn't really moving like I wanted to move, like how stocks are usually moving when it's good. And I entered here not realizing the clear psychological resistance or the clear resistance at this psychological number $8 right here. If I mark this out here, $8, it's so clear it's finding resistance. Like it's so clear. And it's even finding resistance over here, which I should have just realized, like, but I was and this topic right here, like there was so much wrong with this trade. So yeah. Uh, they were not knowledge gaps, they were discipline gaps at decision moment. My system depends on momentum confirmation at and clean levels. When I bypass those filters, expectancy collapses quickly, even if risk is small. And number two, what I did wrong was hesitation appeared on valid setups. On Friday, on day 4, I correctly identified A plus opportunity and did not take it due to fear of another loss. This creates a destructive loop. Like low quality trades are taken from impatience and high quality trades are avoided from fear. That inversion is currently my primary performance leak. The issue is no longer over aggression, it is mistrust in execution after drawdown. Number three, what I did wrong was focus shifted from process to outcome. Midweek, my eternal dialogue shifted toward I've been losing, this one needs to work. And that mindset leads to forcing marginal setups, overvaluing being in a trade, and reduced objectivity in reading structure. When outcome focus rises, entry criteria loosens slightly. That is precisely what occurred. So my daily breakdown was on Thursday, Thursday, Tuesday, not Thursday. Tuesday, day one was outcome minus 2.3%. Behavior quality was good. Was a quality setup, controlled execution, and correct exit. Day two was poor behavior quality. Outcome you can see right here, minus 3.6%. Entered without momentum confirmation. And day three, poor force trade into clear resistance. And day four was mixed. I had a correct analysis, but fear prevented execution. It would have been a good win if I took the setup I hesitated on. I would have been up for the week. So yeah. Repeating mistakes slash risk factors. A new pattern is forming. After a series of losses, I do not become reckless, I become impatient and hesitant at the same time. This results in taking trades that do not fully qualify and skipping trades that do qualify. This is a confidence calibration issue, not a knowledge issue. My edge requires decisiveness only when criteria is met, not after and not before. So here are some comparative metrics of last week and this week. Uh, Pretty much the same almost. Only thing that I see is rule adherence went down. So performance did not worsen dramatically, but rule adherence declined, which is the more important metric. I feel like this is the most important metric of all time. So yeah, that's the only thing I would really need to worry about, like rule adherence. That's the most important one. So, key observation, I'm no longer struggling with emotional explosions, I'm struggling with execution trust. That is a higher level psychological challenge than a normal phase and a normal phase when transitioning from demo consistency to live capital. The solution is not motivation, it is mechanical decision structure. So my conclusion is to this week was this was a discipline regression week, not a strategy failure. And I've also felt that in like real life, not just in the markets, my discipline has been regressing, which is not a good thing. I feel like I've been lacking and falling into old bad habits, which I usually do not do. So that's a big thing as well. So if I need to focus on that as well in real life. So because you need to be disciplined in real life to be able to even try to be disciplined in the charts. So this was a disciplined regression week, not a strategy failure. My system was not tested under ideal conditions because I did not constantly wait for ideal conditions. The losses were acceptable and entries were not always earned. The priority is to tighten the filter, not to trade more or analyze more. So my focus for next week is to number one, introduce a pre-entry checklist. I already have this, but this is kind of a different type. Uh, Before every trade, confirm verbally or in writing, has price surge with momentum? Is there a clear is there clear room to next resistance? And is this an A plus structure or am I convincing myself? After one and if one answer is weak, it's an automatic no trade day. And number two is to redefine a good day. A good day is now I took one A plus setup, or I took zero trades because none qualified. The PNL does not define success next week. The filter quality does. So as long as I just follow my rules, it's inevitable. So number three is to de-risk to rebuild execution trust. Slight size reduction is appropriate, not from fear, but to remove financial pressure, allow clean rule enforcement, and rebuild confidence in pulling the trigger only when deserved. And my psychological focus is I'm not fighting greed anymore, I'm fighting the discomfort of uncertainty after losses. My job is not to feel confident, my job is to act only when criteria are objective. Confidence returns after discipline is after disciplined repetition, never before. I'm sorry. Uh, Action plan. So, my action plan going forward is to fix my trading rules priority. So, number one, A plus setups only, no momentum, no trade. Number two, one clean decision per setup, no convincing. Number three, respect resistance and psychological levels. Tactical adjustments I'm gonna make is to add a journal tag. Did this have real momentum? Yes or no? Screenshot every skipped trade that met rules and verbally confirm if it matches with rules. And this is my summary to carry forward coming into the end here. So my risk was controlled, psychological remained stable after losses, entry standard slipped under pressure. Fear blocked at least one quality opportunity. The next stage of growth is precision and trust in selectivity. I do not need more trades. I need fewer, better, and braver ones when earned. So basically, just follow my rules. No, but hopefully you understood some of the things that we're talking about. If you made it to the end, man, that's cool. I love you, bro. You're the GOAT. Thank you for listening to me. But yeah, that's pretty much this week's review. Has been really bad January, but I've learned a lot. So if my goal is to become better, why am I being mad at lessons? That's a really dumb mindset to have. When I lose, it's another lesson for me to learn. So, if my goal is to become a better trader, losses shouldn't annoy me. Yeah, that's basically it. So, I'm really thankful for losing so much. Actually, It's kind of weird to say, but I'm thankful to losing so much because now I'm going through the losses quickly. If somebody told you you will get to where you are after you lose 50 times, you would want to skip through those 50 as quick as possible, if you know what I mean. So, yeah, man, that's pretty much it, guys. Peace out.